Hi everyone, this is Tammy, owner of Worthyworthitpriceless, and today's podcast is titled Don't Miss Your Moment. So my daughter Yavea loves to sing and dance. And so recently what she's been trying to do is trying to get me in on her routines. She'll think of something in her mind, and then what she'll do is she'll try to teach me the dance steps, and then it's so funny because she has to go back and rewind it to the exact point where she wants us to dance to. And I see like the little work that she does in her mind. It's just the funniest thing. But what I realize is that that's how we are sometimes in life. God has given us a vision or something that he wants us to do. And instead of us just going through it and just doing it ourselves, the way that God has planned for us to do, or whatever we've seen in our mind. Sometimes we want to have our friends go with us. We want to tell our friends our ideas and things like that. We want to get them on board. And sometimes we want their opinion. And what usually happens is we can miss opportunities and moments that God has given specifically for us, trying to get someone else on board or trying to get someone else's opinions. I know there's been a lot of times where God has given me this idea, this vision. Instead of me just executing it, I've always asked somebody for their opinion. And depending on what they've said, a lot of times I didn't go and do it. And that was definitely when I was not as confident in myself as I am today. But the thing is that I've missed moments or probably opportunities that God had for me because I was looking at someone else's opinion or was waiting for someone else. And what I don't want for you to do is basically do the same thing that I did. Realize that if God is giving you an idea and it's something that's in your heart, he's going to provide. A lot of times when we ask other people's opinions or anything like that, they've never stepped into that opportunity. They never had anything like that come across. So they may tell you something out of fear or just basically based on their own judgment. And if you go by that, once again, you will miss an opportunity. You don't know what's on the other side of saying yes or actually doing what God has called you to do. And usually if God has called you to do something, there's a small window that you can actually get it accomplished. So my encouragement to you is to believe in yourself and know that if God has placed something on your heart, it's for you to do. And you don't need everybody else's opinions in order to get it done. And sometimes God will make it so that someone else will be too occupied in order to help you. For an example, my daughter has this thing where she wants to give me her toys. And usually it's always at a time where I'm doing something else, like something that really requires my attention. I was trying to put grease into a jar. And so both of my hands were occupied this one time. And so she's trying to give me her doll. And basically, usually when she's trying to give me her doll, it's just she wants me to get her doll just to put it on the counter, which is something she could do herself, but she doesn't understand that. So anyway, I'm putting the grease into the jar. And so she comes up and she tries to give me her doll. And I'm like, Vea, my hands are occupied, which she doesn't understand what I'm saying. But either way, I'm like, Vea, just put it down on the counter. And she does. But that's the thing. Like sometimes we are trying to get other people to be on the same path or be in sync with us when there's certain things that we could do ourselves. So once again, my encouragement to you is I know that you want to have people with you. I know it's scary to get to the next level or wherever God is calling you to go to, and you're afraid. Don't be afraid. God is always with you. Even if you don't have someone physically there, know that God is always with you. And he's not going to call you to go somewhere that he is not going to be there, or somewhere that he's not going to provide provisions. You're okay. I know it's scary, I know you're afraid, but this part of your path is somewhere that only God can take you, and you have to go alone in order to accomplish it. God is not going to guide you anywhere that He's not going to provide. You'll be just fine. Don't let anyone hinder you from growth or getting through this moment. This moment is specifically for you. Billions of years ago, when God created this earth and this world, He had you in mind. He knew what you're going to do. He knew what you're going to accomplish. He knows what He's placed on the inside of you. You have everything on the inside of you to accomplish this and be victorious. So don't be afraid. Don't feel as though you need to have everybody else with you. This is not their time. It is your time. Trust and believe in yourself. Trust and believe in everything that God has placed on the inside of you. You got this. God has you. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Always know that you have worth. You have value. You are worthy, worth it, and priceless. I love you. God loves you. Until next time. Bye.